after Jess lost her fight, we met with our other kids, my wife and I, and just said, do we need to close a chapter or do we keep the chapter open? And Jesse's older sister, Shea, said, Jesse's motto is never ever give up. How can we? And so I remember it was like yesterday, we all stuck our hands over the island and just said, NEGU. And so this isn't work. This is a life calling.
Have you ever had a life calling? Something that speaks to you so loud that you dedicate your life to it? Some of us have, some of us will. Today's guest on the Yogi Roth Show just described that pinnacle moment when he and his family founded the organization NEGU, which stands for Never Ever Give Up. Hi, my name is Yogi Roth, and welcome back, or welcome to the Yogi Roth Show, where we try to tell stories that seek and uncover humanity within and around sports all across the globe. And the story today that you're going to hear is one of the shorter ones that we've produced and shared, but I believe it may be the most impactful one that I've been able to tell through this platform. And I thank you for listening, for sharing it, and for discussing today's topic with the people that you're around. I saved this conversation as we recorded it at the Super Bowl in the Athletes First RV, a big van where a ton of athletes and pros were coming in and out of all week long. And this conversation I had with Erik, the father of Jessie, who passed away due to cancer, co-founder of this incredible organization, gave me a few minutes of his time as he was sharing her story and their story with so many different people during Super Bowl week, when media really is at its pinnacle, at the one time around the year where everyone really comes together. He was sharing that story with many people. We were lucky that he shared a moment with us and myself. Quite simply, the mission of NEGU is to help every kid fighting cancer to never, ever give up. I was exposed to Erik and NEGU years ago by Jordan Palmer, a close friend who collaborates with us at the Elite 11, where we try to inspire the next generation of elite quarterbacks, and I believe the next generation of elite leaders and thinkers, to understand they can have an impact on people that are competing in something far greater than just football. And NEGU is one of those organizations. Along the way, if you've followed me, you've met people like Super Cade Spinello on the Pac-12 networks, where we did a feature on him. You can find that article in the blog post at yogiroth.com or on the Pac-12 networks. You've watched quarterbacks like Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson celebrate this organization and bring awareness to this organization on their platforms in the NFL. And you're going to see it again this week during the NFL draft, which is why I wanted to share this conversation with you during the week of the draft. So I want you, as you listen, to get really present and just listen to the next 10 minutes and what Erik, a father, also someone who's created an organization to help millions around the world, what he's dedicated his life to. Then when it's over, see if you can become a part of it. If you want a wristband, just hit me up on social media. I'll be happy to mail you one. If you want to get involved, go to NEGU.org and just volunteer and help. If you want to donate from afar, $25 is all they ask, so you could spread the joy to these families and to these young individuals who are competing and fighting against this awful disease. This is an organization that is near and dear to my heart, and I truly believe it will be near and dear to yours after you listen to the founder and one of the most inspirational people I've ever yet to meet, Erik Rees. Enjoy our conversation from Atlanta and the Athletes First RV. The RV tour continues. Yeah. Here we are. Erik Rees, fired up. If you don't know him, he founded NEGU, Never Ever Give Up. It's one of the most magical, not just organizations, but things that I've ever come across in my life, man.
Thanks,
I love
buddy.
you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Can you just, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Can you share with the listeners what NEGU is?
Yeah, absolutely. So March 3rd, 2011, my wife and I were told that our 11-year-old daughter, Jessie, was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer. And so we were given 12 to 18 months to live. And so when we found out that she was fighting an incredible uphill battle, she decided to encourage the other kids that couldn't leave the hospital. So she created these things called Joy Jars, 64-ounce jars stuffed with all kinds of games and activities and stuff for kids. And she developed this motto called NEGU, Never Ever Give Up. And it was her daily motto and message to the kids that she talked to, and even the in every one of her joy jars, there's a NEGU bracelet and, all these things. And so, unfortunately, she lost her fight to cancer on January 5th, 2012. And during her fight, she actually, stuffed and helped deliver over 3,000 of her joy jars. And now it's, 2019, and 265,000 jars now that we've sent to kids fighting cancer in all 50 states and 40 countries. And so we're excited to be part of, be here in Atlanta, because one of the things we do is we connect athletes to opportunities to help them encourage these kids that look up to them to never ever give up. So we're stoked to being here, meeting with athletes, meeting with agents, and just sharing the opportunity, that you can use your platform in a really special way, in a really simple way, to leave a lasting impact on a little child's life that's in a battle for their life.
Fascinating, and we'll have a longer version of our conversation as a full podcast episode. But here we are in the Athletes First RV.
Yep.
And you're running around, and I'm always fascinated with the Super Bowl. I've been a couple times now, and they're just meeting after meeting after meeting. It's like you're in New York City, and you're just going as fast as you can.
Yep.
A lot of times at these meetings, it's what can somebody do for me? And I think a lot of times these meetings is I'm taking. And you're going to these meetings offering up opportunity for athletes to give back to people, to inspire children. What's it like? Because I would imagine the people you're sitting across from, when they see you, it's a totally different conversation than the majority they're having in this experience at a Super Bowl.
Yeah, of course it is, because, again, everybody's pulling at them. We're trying to give them an opportunity for them to just basically change their perspective and leverage their platform. And so it's an amazing opportunity because they get it and they want to help. And so no matter if it's, recording a video for our app called NEGU that delivers content every day to kids around the country, or if it's, delivering joy jars to kids fighting cancer here locally, it's all about just giving them simple ways to make a great, great impact in these lives. I was just thinking that a couple weeks ago we found out that our bracelets have been on the cover of Sports Illustrated 5 times. With athletes wearing, the bracelets during the games. And I always thank them. Most recently would be Trevor Lawrence with, Clemson. But I always thank them because we hear from the kids that, wow, that guy's wearing the same bracelet I wear. And they find power in that. They feel like they've got this team around them. And that's what we give. We give these athletes just an opportunity to use their life in a way and encourage kids in a really, really difficult situation to never ever give up.
I get the chills just hearing that. I had a chance, like everybody at Elite 11, to get to know a bunch of young boys and girls who are competing against cancer.
Yeah.
But Super Cade in particular, Cade Spinello.
Yeah.
I mean, he's become the de facto, poster child for football to a certain degree.
Absolutely.
We like to say that he's your favorite quarterback's favorite quarterback. What do you see in terms of how kids react when they see Deshaun Watson, Sam Darnold, guys giving their cleats, or Trevor Lawrence and his wristband, beyond just the oh my God? But do you see them fight more? You see them never ever giving up even more when that goes on?
Well, absolutely, I've seen it, and I mean, Cade's an example of that because he's been battling on and off for 7 years, and he knows what that motto means and how it causes him to have grit and determination, because NEGU is just a message of perseverance, a message of hope, a message of grit. And so these kids need that, and also their parents need it, their siblings need it, and that's why we're focused on, caring for kids that are in the battle now. We don't focus on the cure side. We always say we can't wait for the cure people to put us out of business. That'd be a great day. But until that time, 300,000 children are diagnosed with cancer. They need to be encouraged. They need to be reached. They need to, be loved on. And so that's what we do. And so, seeing these amazing athletes and then watching these kids realize that they're connected to them in a special way, it's incredible. I mean, one of my closest friends, unfortunately, his son, who you may actually met because they live in Portland when they came out to Elite 11, was just diagnosed with cancer. And so I actually just came back from Portland, Oregon, spending time with Brock. But because of these amazing athletes that say, hey, if you ever need something, and to see Deshaun Watson FaceTime him and just love on him while Deshaun's in the middle of New York. Deshaun didn't have to do that. Deshaun chose to use his platform, and he knew what 2 to 3 minutes was going to mean to that kid's life.
Did you ever think that NEGU would be what it is today?
No, I really didn't, Yogi. I knew that after Jess lost her fight, we met with our other kids, my wife and I, and just said, do we need to close a chapter or do we keep the chapter open? And Jesse's older sister, Shea, said, Jesse's motto is never give up. How can we? And so I remember it like it's yesterday, we all stuck our hands over the island and just said, NEGU. And so this isn't work. This is a life calling. I remind the team every day we get to do this. We get to put smiles on kids' faces. We get to help families feel loved and not alone. So I had no idea that it was going to do what it's doing. And we're grateful to be able to have the support of these compassionate competitors that choose to realize that life is outside the field.
Does the work ever get hard for you?
Sure. It does. Seeing my kids still miss their sister, obviously. Seeing my wife miss her daughter, obviously. Seeing my best friend having to now wade into waters that he never thought he was going to be, yeah. But also, I can't tell you the honor that I get to do this and to even because of Jessie, you and I are friends. And I've had so many amazing people brought into my life all because of her desire to help kids fighting cancer. And so you guys are part of my encouragement team because, I get the honor to know people like you and Jordan Palmer and Trent Dilfer and all these people in this football world and lots of wonderful agents like Athletes First and what's going on here. And it just gives me hope that we're making a difference and we can continue because, our ultimate goal is that NEGU would become the pink ribbon for childhood cancer. I mean, we want to be the source of help and hope in the childhood cancer space. And so we're 7 years into this, but we're building the brand and it's working.
Man, what a powerful conversation so far. Sorry to interrupt, but want to make sure that I give a shout out to our presenting sponsor, Kona Red. And a huge reason why we partnered here at the Yogi Roth Show with Kona Red Coffee is because coffee is a catalyst to big time conversation. I mean, Erik and I were sitting in the back of the Athletes First RV over a cup of coffee, sharing the origin story of NEGU, Never Ever Give Up. And I think that the folks at Kona Red, they're all about the power of conversation and, of course, sometimes what coffee can do to that. If you're curious about Kona Red or want to get some of their products, just visit KonaRed.com to give you some background. They source some of the rarest, most sought-after coffee on planet Earth. This is grown in Hawaii, and they thrive off of that amazing soil in Hawaii. And every coffee cherry is handpicked at peak ripeness, which is exactly how you want. And what I love about this organization is that they've got your premium coffee beans, they got cold brewed coffee, they even have this amazing Hawaiian cascara juice, which is really unique to the coffee world. A lot of competitors and performers who are competing on world stages have leaned into this brand, and I think if you're trying to just have a great conversation with somebody across from you at the breakfast table or even enhance some of your performance, I'd take a look at KonaRed.com, or you can check them out at Vaughn's, Albertsons, Pavilions, Ralph's, Bristol Farms, Sprouts, and much more. All right, let's go back to this incredible conversation. A few more minutes with the founder and one of the greatest inspirations to me, Erik Rees.
I love it. It's been such a joy to get to know you on deeper levels every year, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So how can people get involved?
Easiest thing to do is just go to the website, NEGU.org. Follow us on all the social media platforms, Team NEGU. There's all kinds of ways to get involved. It's just we'd love to have all the support and encouragement we can get.
I love it. One of my favorite things is every summer at Elite 11, when you come and share your story, and these players who now they've seen the documentary for years and they understand what NEGU is, but every time they feel it, in personal connection, look you in the eye, you change their lives. You change Cade McNamara's life, right? You change Sam Darnold's life. You change Deshaun Watson's life, and they in turn change their army of followers.
Yeah.
And then when I go on college campuses, I see it everywhere. I see the backup quarterback, I see the safety, see the coaches.
Right.
I got coaches coming up to me, oh, what's that wristband like? I did an open for a game, and somebody hit me on social, and they said, I can't believe you're wearing a NEGU wrist holding the microphone to open the game. So just know that I can't imagine how hard it can be at times. But, man, that hope and inspiration you reference it's working while you're sleeping, man.
No, thanks, buddy. Great to be with you.
I love it. All right, another chapter from the RV.
Yes.
We're going to keep it moving. Keeping it moving here. Erik Rees, thanks a lot, man.
You bet, buddy.